So you wanted to know, so how the study opportunity. So it's like this. It's the university in Carinthia, which is in the south of Austria. They are looking for international talent, and the application phase will close in March 15th. So we have about 1 month left. They have bachelor and master degrees. So they have bachelor and master degrees. It's mainly a focus on master studies because they have, I think, 12 different master courses where you can apply, and I think just 3 bachelor courses which are done in English. But there's a lot of options, and every applicant can apply and then apply for 2. So in every application, you can candidate for 2 different courses. So if you're unsure, if you're an engineer, you have a bachelor's degree in engineering, and then you want to do systems design, or one is called, I think, green engineering. So you can apply for both. Generally, the rule is, of course, to study in a master, you need a bachelor's degree, which should have an equivalency to the European standard, which is usually 3 years. I cannot, of course, speak for each and every country because I don't know every education system from different countries like South Africa or Zimbabwe, but it's usually the rule. And for applying for a bachelor's degree, usually you need the A-level degree, so like 12 years of school, which usually gives you the permission to study also in your home country. So that also applies for the bachelor courses then. This is for all the English speakers. They also have courses which are just we are also in German. So actually, if you have talents that also speak German, okay, but it must be a good level. I think it must be at least B2. So they could also apply for those other positions. So, but I assume this is a more rare case. But yeah, and yeah, so the application phase is until March 15th, and then there's a cover. They check all the documents. What is usually required is a B2 English certificate. Okay. But again, if in a country the education is English, there might be an exception if you can just provide a letter saying like, medium of instruction, the language of instruction was English, and then most likely the university is also fine to accept that. But this is something we will have to clarify in the application. We can contact them and also ask them. And usually it goes along like with any other university in Europe. They have subsidized housing, which has usually a cost about 450 to 500 euro. And the student permit also allows every candidate to work up to 20 hours per week in any industry. So the university has some jobs in the laboratory. They have partner universities, partner companies who might hire, usually in the technical space. But then, of course, there are options if somebody finds a job in gastronomy or hospitality or in a warehouse. All of that is possible. And
maybe just to ask you spoke already about the accommodation. Maybe first of all would be in terms of tuition. What is the tuition per semester?
Yes, I will have to open this here again to have it, but it will be about, here we go. Tuition fee is the first semester, 500 euro for semester.
The semester.
And all the other semesters, 363 per semester.
And that would be like 2 semesters per year, correct?
If a master course, yeah, a master is usually 1 year. A bachelor's study is 3 years. So, and there's one course, the Green Transition, which is a bachelor, where the tuition fee is just 50 euro. I assume it's subsidized by the government to say they want more green transition and more green jobs. That's why it's cheaper, it's just 50 euro.
Okay.
And that's
so George, I think I'd asked you this before out of camera, when I was saying, for example, in Germany, if someone wants to come to study in Germany, they need what is called a blocked account, where they put 12,000 into a blocked account. But this money is money that they are using when they're in Germany for their upkeep for the year. Yes. So in Austria, is it what is the process in terms of that? So in terms of the application process now, someone who's watching and would like to apply, I'm sure there's a link that you would give me after the
Yes.
after this, where they can then go online and then they can be able to apply online for themselves and put their documents there, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yes, exactly. I will send you the link. Basically, it's one link to apply.
Yeah.
And there's a second link, which is a YouTube video explaining how the portal works. And then I would also share an email address to one member from the study team, because most questions then are really much related about the specific course they are applying for, specific questions. There's different campuses as well. So most of those questions are directly to be addressed with the International Student Office, and they are more than happy to provide all of those answers.
Okay.
And so when candidates want to enter the country, they have to do a visa D and go to the embassy. Sometimes you have to show sufficient financial means to cover. So it could be that in some embassies they would ask for it. So then it would help to just show that there might be support from family or some savings and such. But I have not heard about this being a blocker so far for anyone.
Okay. Unfortunately, these are the challenges that most people find in Africa, whereby in theory, it can seem as if everything goes well. Then when you go to the embassy, that's where the problems now start after everything. What amount, like from the visas that you've done, what amount would be fair enough for the visa process to say, look, I'm Kumbirai Chipadza, I've got my place at this university, and this is the amount that's in my account, or my parents have pledged to support me to this amount. Is there a figure that we can use to say 2,000 euros in the account, 5,000 euros, or there's no?
I don't know right now. I would have to check that.
Okay.
Because usually we do work visas, and that's of course something where we can support. So if somebody wants to apply and then needs a job, we can help. Because we have a network of companies, we have other partners in the region to help to find at least a part-time job. And also, if somebody finishes the university in Austria, there's a specific residence permit that they can then continue to stay in Austria and work with free labor market access. And that's usually our focus. We are usually an agency to find directly work, but then we have been approached by this university to start recruiting for them as well, because they need more students.
Okay, so I think what you've actually said, so let's say someone is applying for the university, let's say for the master's, then you can also then be able to find work for them.
Yes.
Their 20-hour work, because I know, especially, I think the systems are more or less the same. In Germany, if you have proof of employment as well, and then you have that contract to say you're going to be working 20 hours per week, and this is the amount of money you're going to get per they also use that to show as proof of funds on their part. So if that is possible, then that would then make things much easier. Then George, maybe probably this would be my last question for this video, would be, people often ask, what is the type of life in Austria? Is there, I mean, I get that a lot. Is there racism in Germany? Are there many black people there? How do people live there? So just in a nutshell, how would you say people survive, and the culture in terms of Austria as well?
So first of all, yes, we speak German in Austria with certain dialects in certain areas. And it's very nice to live from a sense of security, healthcare, nature. There's a lot of mountains, especially in this area. There's a lot of lakes. So in summer, it's pretty pleasant as well. Winter is not that harsh like in other alpine regions, because it's already south of Austria, close to Italy. So it's very nice to live there. Austria is nowadays quite an international country. There is still, of course, some sort of racism or prejudice towards people of color in certain areas. So my uncle is from Senegal as well. Usually at the university campus and at the workspace, people are very tolerant and, of course, very international. So that's something to consider. And as well, what we know so far, we have helped people from 20 different nationalities to come to Austria. Usually at work and in university, people are very tolerant and very open, and that they are all to grow together. You know, everybody wants to learn. And I will share with you as well a whole onboarding guide to the life in Austria, which covers all of those topics: how to get healthcare, how to get a SIM card, how to get a bank account, when are the holiday season. So it's mainly a Catholic country. So we have a majority of Catholics. In cities, you also have other people of, for example, Muslim or Hindu religion, but usually the Austrians per se are all Catholics or Protestants in some case, but in general Christian belief. So there are some certain values that they value, which is like a family, arriving on time, honesty, hard work is still something that's very important. But Austrians are also in general very sociable. We love to go after work for a drink, for a beer, Feierabend beer, how we call it. And so they like to socialize in that kind of setup as well. And what Austrians appreciate really much as well, if migrants already start to learn German or speak some German, we actually think that's very nice, and it takes away all the prejudice that we usually have. When we see somebody's engaged, they're starting to learn, and they are usually try to help people as well to speak German, even though a lot of Austrians speak English. So a lot of foreigners sometimes have difficulty in training their German because everybody always answers them in English. So if somebody comes here and wants to build a long-term life, I would really recommend to also invest in the German class. We have personally in our agency some online classes. I know you most likely have also offer, but in this specific case for the university, there are free German classes for everyone studying at this university.
Oh, wow. You're killing my business, George. But anyway, still, no, I like that. So, George, just to finish off now, I want key dates. The last day of application is the
15th of March.
15th of March. Okay, just say one month away from now. Yeah. So everyone watching, 15th of March is the last day. Straight away from this video, we can also then give you more information in terms of how to apply. You heard there are no overall charges apart from the tuition fees themselves. If you have your master's and you're also looking for a part-time job, George and his team can then be able to find you a part-time job that you can also use as proof of funds when you go to apply for your visa once you've got accepted into the university. So, George, I'm sure I'll be coming back to you in the next few days, because I know a lot of people who are looking for master's positions. I know a lot of people are also looking for first degrees, people with German language, some also skilled young Africans who are looking to go into a global world and where they can earn as they work as well. Maybe, sorry, and this is the last question. Someone just asked me, is there an age limit to say not to the master's, but to the first degree?
Yes, there is no age limit. The only thing, first of all, important, the university will then start in September 2026. Okay. So everybody has at least 6 months to prepare for the new journey, and once they get the approval. And then I also have to share with you, I was informed by the university that a few countries are not allowed to apply.
Okay.
Which is Afghanistan, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Nepal, and Nigeria.
Okay. So
I cannot give you the reason why and why Nigeria is not part of it. It's just the list. I have received this email. So for your talent, unfortunately, Nigeria is not on the.
So our network in Nigeria, we skip you on this one, but there are always more opportunities for you or guys there. So George, thanks a lot for this information. I'm sure I'll get back to you with possible candidates that are looking forward to such an opportunity. And once again, I know we only talked today, short notice, and I asked, can we do this video quickly? Because I knew if someone hears it from you, then it has more power than if I'm just going to people and saying that there's this opportunity. So thank you very much, George. And looking forward to engaging with you further on this.
Thank you. Thank you, Gomberai. And see you all soon in Austria. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Cheers. Ciao.